For more on this story, we can go across to Chloe Domat in Beirut. Good morning to you, Chloe. Has this truce gone into effect?
Well, the night has been relatively calm, according to our sources on the ground in eastern Ghouta. The shelling has slowed down, and the 5-hour daily truce announced by the Russians technically started about an hour ago this morning. The truce is supposed to allow for humanitarian aid to reach eastern Ghouta and allow for wounded people to be safely evacuated. Now, that being said, we just got off the phone with the spokesperson for the International Red Cross Committee in Damascus, and she told us that no convoys would set off today. She said, and I quote, "We heard about humanitarian corridors, but we are not part of it. Such things need to be well planned and must be implemented with the consent of all parties." Now, since the ceasefire has been announced more than 48 hours ago, the violence hasn't really stopped in eastern Ghouta. And what the humanitarian organizations say is that they need a complete cessation of hostilities in order to be able to do their work. So they are ready to go. They are monitoring the situation hour after hour, and they will set off as soon as it's possible.
Now, Chloe, how much can realistically be achieved in 5 hours' time?
Well, that's the question. Actually, not much. We spoke yesterday to the 3 organizations who are in charge of setting up the aid convoys for Eastern Ghouta. So that is the United Nations, the Syrian Arab Crescent, and the International Red Cross. And what they say is that the Russian truce offers a little hope, but it also raises many, many questions, because what those organizations, and particularly the UN, have been calling for is a complete cessation of hostilities for a period of 30 days in all of Syria. And now what they are getting is a truce of 5 hours a day. So what really can be achieved in such little time? In fact, the spokesperson for the Red Cross Committee was particularly concerned. She was saying that usually it takes 10 to 12 hours to get an aid convoy from Damascus to eastern Ghouta, because you have to go through a lot of checkpoints, the roads are really bad, and then you need some time also to unload the trucks. So as we see it now, it seems that the conditions imposed by the Russians are somehow unrealistic.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Chloe Domat reporting there from Beirut. Thank you very much for that update.